So, what if I told you the secret to winning wasn't about making those once-in-a-lifetime brilliant moves, but just about not making stupid ones? Today, we're going to unpack a really powerful strategy that kind of flips the common wisdom about success right on its head. It's not about being a genius, it's about being smart enough to avoid the big mistakes.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? Whether it's in our careers, our finances, or just our personal projects, we're all looking for that edge, that thing that helps us get ahead and, come out on top.
And when you really boil it all down, there are two major ways to think about it. One path is all about chasing that one big idea, that one game-changing move. But the other, well, it's about something totally different, just systematically and consistently avoiding the dumb mistakes. And that brings us to the core idea for today. Avoiding stupidity beats chasing brilliance. It sounds so simple, right? But it's actually a pretty profound concept. It suggests that maybe the best offense for long-term success is, well, it's a really, really good defense. Okay, so first let's talk about the path that most of us are naturally drawn to. This whole idea of chasing brilliance. I get it. It's glamorous, it's exciting. It's the stuff we see in movies, right? The path of the genius. So what does chasing brilliance actually look like in the real world? Well, it's the startup founder who's hunting for that one-in-a-million billion-dollar idea. Or it's the investor who's trying to time the market perfectly. It's all about going after that one spectacular breakthrough that promises to change everything overnight. You see, this whole approach is all about playing offense. You're always swinging for the fences, trying to hit that massive home run. And the strategies, they tend to get incredibly complex because you're trying to engineer this perfect, high-impact outcome. It's a very high-stakes game. And that's where the real risk comes in. Think of it like this. You might build something that looks absolutely amazing, a tower reaching up into the clouds. But when you prioritize all that flash over a solid, boring foundation, the whole thing becomes incredibly fragile. One wrong move, one unexpected storm, and it can all just come crashing down. All right, so now let's pivot and look at the alternative path. This is how you build a completely different kind of success. This is what we're calling the path of the sage, and it's all about the simple wisdom of just avoiding unforced errors. Now, the really key word here is active. This is so important. This is not about being passive or lazy, no way. It's a very deliberate, very disciplined process of looking ahead, spotting potential disasters on the horizon, and then actively choosing to steer clear of them. This mindset is all about defense. You win by not losing. Think about an investor like Warren Buffett. What's his first rule? Never lose money. Instead of chasing those massive, flashy gains, the priority is on consistent, steady, almost boring progress. The whole goal is just to stay in the game, and the system you use to do that is often surprisingly simple. So let's go back to our builder analogy. This builder, they're not worried about how tall the tower is on day one. Nope, they are completely obsessed with making sure that the foundation is absolutely 100% solid, built to withstand anything. The progress might look a lot slower, but guess what? It's real and it's permanent. Okay, so we've got these two totally opposite views on the table. Why is it that the second one, that simple defensive strategy, is so much more powerful over the long haul? Let's get into the verdict. A moment of brilliance, it's just that. It's a moment. It's a flash in the pan, a lucky break, a sudden insight. It's totally unpredictable. It's rare, and it is incredibly difficult to just repeat on command. You just can't build a reliable strategy around pure luck. But avoiding stupidity, that can be a system. It's a process, a checklist you can follow every single day. It's a reliable, repeatable framework that protects you from those massive setbacks that can wipe out years of progress in an instant. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just stark. Chasing brilliance is an offensive, complex game. Its reliability is low, and that leads to fragile success. On the other hand, avoiding stupidity is a defensive, simple strategy with super high reliability, which creates robust, compounding progress. And that right there is the key. By avoiding the big losses, you let all your small, steady gains multiply over time. So how do you actually do this? The main tool is a really cool mental model called inversion. All it means is that instead of asking, "How can I succeed?" you flip the question completely around. You ask, "What are all the things that could possibly cause me to fail?" And then You just focus all your energy on avoiding those things.
All right, let's wrap this up by making it super practical. How can you take this whole philosophy and actually start applying it to your own decisions? Like starting today.
It really breaks down into a simple 3-step process. First, you identify. So before you invest, you study the most common ways people lose money. Second, you invert. Before you launch a new product, you sit down and ask, okay, what are all the ways this launch could totally bomb? And third, you simplify. When you're choosing a solution, you always favor the simplest, most robust option. The one with the fewest moving parts that can break.
And let's be absolutely crystal clear about something. This is not an excuse to be passive or to think small. Not at all. It's about being incredibly strategic. It's about understanding that the real long-term victory comes from endurance and consistency, not from a few flashy moves.
So I'll leave you with this little challenge. Just for today, stop searching for that one brilliant move that's going to solve everything. Instead, just ask yourself this: what's the one stupid mistake I can choose to avoid today? Because systematically not doing that one thing, that might just be the most brilliant move you can make.